Life is a time pass, क्या फर्क पड़ता है, कोई दिक्कत नहीं, पता नहीं, जो धारी राय सो भारी राय, nothing to do, nowhere to go, देखो सुनो मत बोलो, wherever, whenever, whatever you are, be 100% करे नाटक, किसी को आओ मत कहो, किसी को जाओ मत कहो, ना कुछ पाना ना कुछ खोना, who asked you live at zero complete level, मौज में रहो, be happy.
श्री कृष्णा श्री कृष्णा श्री कृष्णा श्री कृष्णा। गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः, गुरुः साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म, तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः, तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। Bhagavan Vedavyasa in one of his writings has mentioned कर्मणा बध्यते जंतुः विद्यया च विमुच्यते, तस्मात् कर्मं न कुर्वन् तस्मात् कर्म न कुर्वन्ति यतयः पारदर्शिनः. By the karma we get caught up in this relative world. For that we have to understand what is the meaning of karma. Karma is action plus a sense of doership is equal to karma, or in English we can say it is a deed. We have all the papers there, but that is not the authentic paper. It is only a printed paper. Then that has to be authenticated by your signature in the presence of the legal authority. Then it becomes a deed. In the same manner, any karma is authenticated by the doer. I have done this thing, then it becomes a karma. Therefore, digestion is not a karma, blood circulation is not a karma, but taking food is a karma, going for a walk is a karma. See? So wherever this I is involved, that is the samsara. And therefore, karmana madhyate jantuhu vidyaya cha vimuchyate. So what will be the knowledge? What will be the vidya? The renunciation of the sense of doership. That means becoming is dropped and being is invoked. See? Man is and husband becomes. Therefore, this vidya, what one husband has to do, only know for certain that he is basically, essentially a man. Then he has become husband. So play the role of a husband, Karnataka. Don't get too much influence, overwhelmed, or getting involved in the life. Therefore, vidyaya cha vimuchyate. Tasmat karma na kurvanti yatayaha paradarshinaha. Therefore, the paradarshi, those who are the seekers of truth, those who are already established in the infinite reality, they are not involved in any activity in life. That doesn't mean they are lazy. They don't do anything. Like yesterday I told you, like the sun doesn't give light and heat. That is its nature. And therefore, I am giving the light, I am giving the heat, is not the karma done by the sun. See, friend, the flower has the fragrance, but there is no this notion that I am giving fragrance to the world. No, it is there. In the same manner, paradarshinaha, they do not do anything. Things happen around them. Another example could be a magnet. The magnet is not pulling the iron files around, but they get attracted, welcome. If you don't come, it's okay. In this manner, yataya paradarshinaha. And therefore, tasmat na sadhanantara sahita brahma vidya purushartha sadhanam. Therefore, by any means, karma, upasana, etc., cannot be the means of attaining the Brahma Vidya, the absolute self that we are. Sarva Virodhat. Because karma and upasana is contrary to the absolute, contrary to the truth, contrary to the Brahman, the reality. And therefore, sadhana nirapeksha eva purushartha sadhanam iti. Therefore, the experience is without any means of knowledge. See, friends, any means of activity. What is the life of is average seeker? Engage in karma. See, kurvanneveha karmani jiji visheshatagam sama. Because as long as I consider myself to be a body, I had to do the karma, so do karma. Then how to do the karma? So Dharma Shastra comes. Then the second is the upasana. So we have got bundles of desires, but we cannot fulfill them. Then we go to the temple and ask the God, oh God, I will do this upasana, this thing, that thing, let my desire be fulfilled. So karma and upasana, they cannot be the means to attain the absolute. Because if the action and upasana is finite, result cannot be infinite. And therefore, sadhana nirapeksha, purushartha sadhanam. Therefore, the moksha, the ultimate purushartha, parama purushartha is sadhana nirapeksha. And therefore, parivrajyam, sarva sadhana sannyasa lakshanam angatvena viditsate. Therefore, sarva sadhana sannyasaha. One has to renounce everything. Then only the Brahma Vidya is possible. Up to here we have seen yesterday. There are some more things which we have seen, we can pass that off. And to indicate this, a story is developed. A story is told. Akhyayika. This is what is heard. Akhyayika means this is what we have heard. Now don't ask who told whom. This is what we have heard. So, Maitreyeti hovacha Yagyavalkya udyatsanva are aham asmat sadhanat asmi hasta te anaya katyayanantam karvaniti. Now the story begins from the first mantra of this fourth Brahman of the second chapter. It is said, hey Maitreyi, yes, Hovacha Yagyavalkya. Who said this thing, hey Maitreyi? Yagyavalkya, he said. And what he said, now I want to renounce this world and take to sannyas. See? Aham asmat thanat asmi hasta. Now I want to leave this position of a grahastha, a vanaprastha, a king, a karmakandi, all these things which is associated with the personality of a person, that I want to renounce. See? And then what about this property? That property I will divide between you and Katyayani. And in this manner, then you live happily. Okay? So I want your permission. Kindly allow me to go. This is what Yagyavalkya told his one of the Patni, one of the wife who was Maitreyi. So he had two wives, Maitreyi and Katyayani. Now, Sa hovacha Maitreyi. Then Maitreyi spoke to her husband. यन्नु म इयं भगो सर्वा पृथिवी वित्तेन पूर्णा स्यात् कथं तेन अमृता स्यामिति नेति होवाच याज्ञवल्क्यः यथा एवं उपकरणवतां जीवितं तथैव ते जीवितं स्यात् अमृतत्वस्तु नाशास्ति वित्तेनेति. It is very popular and a very famous mantra from Brihadaranyaka Upanishad. So Maitreyi asked her husband Yagyavalkya, Yannu mai imam bhago sarva prithvi vittene purna syat. See, if, O Bhagavan, she is addressing her husband, not addressing by the name, ye Bando Panta, come. No, no, no. By Bhagavan. So, if the whole world is full of wealth, see, Sarva Prithvi Vittena Purna Syat, full of. Katham Tena Amrita Syamiti. Will I attain immortality by the wealth in this world? See, that means the whole world is at my disposal with complete wealth. By that, will I attain the immortality? Tena Amrita Syamiti? Na iti hovacha Yagyavalkya. Yagyavalkya, no, 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 no. You will not attain immortality by wealth. See? Therefore, yatha eva upakarnavatam jivitam tathaiva te syat. Then, as a rich person who has got all the facilities, all the instrument of enjoyment, that way you will enjoy your material world. That can happen. But as regard immortality is concerned, is not possible. Therefore, he says, Amrutatvastu na asha asti vittena iti. Immortality can never be expected through wealth. First important principle for the seekers of truth. See, friends, it is so important. Therefore, in Kaivalya Upanishad, Munduka Upanishad, this mantra come. Na karmana, na prajaya, dhanena, tyagi naike, amritatva manashu. See, the four purusharthas which are told, dharma, artha, kama, moksha. So here is the artha, dhana, wealth. So by wealth you cannot attain immortality. See how important it is. When you want to do something, karma, in this world, you will require wealth. So I want to do such as a yajna so that I can go to the heaven. So for doing that karma of yajna, you will require wealth. So first is the artha purushartha. See? Then is the kama purushartha. See? I want to fulfill my desire. See? How important it is. Therefore, the teacher says to his wife that amrutatvasya tu asha nasti vittena iti. And therefore, dispassion is essential. See how important it is, my friends. Yagyavalkya said, Kathamiti, acha, this is all technical terms which we will not go into. So, after this was said, then Maitreyi again asked a question. Sa hovacha Maitreyi. Maitreyi again said, Yenaham na amritasyam kim aham tena kuryam. See? Our Swami Akhandanji Maharaj, when he was young, he was reading or heard this particular mantra. He writes in his introduction to Brihadaranyaka Upanishad, published by the Gita Press in Hindi. There he mentions, when I read this statement of Maitreyi, Sa hovacha Maitreyi, what she said, Yena aham na amritasyam kim aham tena kuryam. That because of which I do not attain immortality, what will I do with that? What for it is? See? So Swamiji says that when I heard that, I was totally thrilled and my complete life changed by listening to this statement. He said, I virtually as if entered the Samadhi. To whom it can happen? The one who is extremely, it is like, the fuel is so dry that it is just waiting for a spark to fall and it catches the fire. See, that is extreme vairagya. So, sa hovacha Maitreyi, yena ham na amritasyam kim aham tena kuryam. That because of which I do not attain immortality, what will I do with all the wealth, etc.? Yadeva Bhagavan Veda Tadeva me Muruhiti. Therefore, hey Bhagavan, kindly tell me that means of Amritatva. So, Yadeva, Bhagavan Veda, Tadeva me Bruhi iti. So, kindly tell me what is that because of which immortality can be attained. You tell me that. Now, see, Kateni did ask this question. She was very happy. I got the whole wealth, now I'll enjoy. See, friends, I remember one event in Delhi happened many years before. There was one very rich Punjabi family, and the husband was a dictator like a Hitler, and his wife had no choice but to survive with him. Not a pie was given to him, given to her. Whatever he decides, that will be done. She has to just be in the house. No, not allowed to spend money anywhere. You don't understand. What you want, you tell me, I'll get it for you. Like that kind of person. Then he died one day. So when he died, you will not believe what I am telling you. Next day itself, in one day she finished everything. Next day itself, she started a shopping spree. Removed all the old furniture. It was pretty good. All removed, all the drapery, all the curtains, everything, crockery, everything. And she wanted to buy new. So her daughters were telling, Ki, Mama, why you are doing this? What is wrong in this furniture, in this everything is okay. You have been using it till yesterday. There is nothing wrong in anything. Why you are spending money? What was the reply? That man, that means her husband, did not allow me to spend a pie in my life. Now let him come and stop me from spending money. I will spend every pie that he has left behind. Before I go from this world, I want to spend every pie. See how much that money can destroy the wisdom of people. All the corruption that goes on everywhere around the world is only because of this money, money, money. Therefore, friends, unless the money means what? All the objective possessions. How many houses I got, which car I have got, what phone I have, and our whole life is only exhibiting the wealth that we have to the people. See, my friends, it is so disgusting to get lost in the money, money, money. It is required, no doubt, but that is not all. Therefore, na amrutasyam kim aham tena kuryam. If I don't attain immortality by this money, why should I go? Then kindly tell me, what is that means by which one can attain immortality in life? See? Now Yajnavalkya replies. Sahovacha Yajnavalkya. So Yajnavalkya said, Priya, Batare Naha Sati Priyam Bhashase Evyasva Vyakhyasami te Vyachakshanasya Tume Nididhyasasveti. He said that, oh my dear Maitreyi, you are always dear to me. And today you are even become more dear to me because you have asked something higher, not the same worldly things. See, my mother is like that, my father is like that, my children are like that, my is rough. See, one gets so disgusted in this thing. See, in the Pothi of our Shirdi Sai Baba, there is one topic comes. Many people are allergic, so who cares? क्या फर्क पड़ता है? There was a sannyasi and he went to meet him, and then he was there for a day or two and he got a message that his mother is very much old and suffering and may collapse. Therefore, he said, I want to go and see my mother, she will be waiting for me. That time, this great saint tells him that if you are so much attached to your mother, why did you take to this ochre robe? It is the insult to the Akarro. See, friends, Tyage neki amritatva manashu. Unless one comes out of the possessions and relations in life, one cannot be focused on something higher in life. See, friends, all the thoughts that we talk about, what are the thoughts? Thoughts are in relation to whatever importance and value we have given to the things and the beings. They are the seeds from where the forest of the thoughts erupts continuously. And therefore, here the teacher says that Priya Vatare Naha Sati Priyam Bhashase. You are so dear to me, and now you have spoken something still better, something higher which I love. Not the same complaint. Your mother is like that, the children are like that. And the reason I don't feel like going to the places where there is too much of can going on. How long are we going to continue with that? See, I remember when I was new in my profession, I used to spend time with the children, with the youth, and talk to the people and question answer sessions, all that I was doing. Slowly, as time passed, this is the conclusion. What Maitreyi has reached was this. Is this going to help me grow or get entangled in this world? See? So what will I do? Bhagwan Ramana Maharshi, he did not have the children's camps. See? He did not waste time on all these things. See? And when people used to ask him a stupid question, he will say, one person asked him, how to deal with others in such a manner that the purpose is served. What could be the reply? There is no other. Questions, doubts come only about others. Like the eyes can see others, they cannot see themselves. If you are abiding in yourself, you will have no questions. Now read it the other way. Therefore, when we stop asking questions, we are nearer than the nearest to our own being. Sri Krishna. So Sati Priyam Bhashase Eya Swa Iti. Therefore, okay, come on. Now I shall, come on, sit down. I shall tell you what is that by which we can attain immortality. Now after you hear me, then Nidis Dhyasasveti, then thereafter you have to reflect on it. Nididhyasan, non-stop, continuous commitment to the cause is Nididhyasan. World will be always like this thing. So many are born, so many continue to grow, so many all die. There is nothing new in this world. If you want to know the picture of an ideal seeker, study Bhagavad Gita, study Kathopanishad, first chapter. See, and there we come to know, it is very distinctly said that the character of Nachiket. And who is Nachiket? Shobhava martyasya yadanta gaitat sarvendriyanam jarayanti tejaha. See, all the things in this world are constantly perishing, and when you indulge, your capacity of indulgence also goes down. Jivitam sarvam api alpameva. Whatever length of life you live, it is not complete, it is still incomplete. Therefore, he says, O Yamaraj, keep all these temptations of enjoyment, dhana, then Kama and the earth and the Dharma with you. I don't want that. I want the truth, nothing but the truth. This is the seeker. Now, such a seeker was our Maitreyi, and therefore he told her that, look here, I shall tell you, but you have to reflect on it. See? तू मे मम व्याख्यानं कुर्वतः निदिध्यास्व वाक्यान् अर्थतः निश्चयेन ध्यातुमिच्छति. So, whatever I am telling you, work on every statement, every word that I am going to tell you and come to a conviction. Presently, what is our conviction? Now, what I am going to tell you, if you are not convinced of that, you will not be able to know the truth. Because we all live only convictions. Today, our conviction is I am a man, I am young, I am old, I am Brahman, I am Kshatriya, I am Hindu, I am Muslim. Such a great conviction. See, because right from childhood, that is pumped in us. See, friends, a child who is told right from the childhood the prayers, Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinaha, Sarve Santu Niramayaha, Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu, Ma Kaschit Dukkha Bhag Bhavet. His growth will be different. And if other child is told, anybody other than us is not qualified to live in this world, therefore they should be killed by whatever means. Now the small child, when he is pumped with this poisonous thought, that alone becomes his conviction. And therefore, because of this conviction, one is able to go to any extent. Here also, we have to be convinced of what is being told. That is why he says, Vyakhyanam kurvataha nididhyasasva. Nididhyasasva means Vakyan arthataha nishchena dhyatumichet. You understand the complete import of the statement. Work on it sincerely and then find out it is right or wrong. That means first is Shruti, then second is Yukti. Interact intelligently but not intellectually. Authority is the Shruti. Then after we hear this thing from the Shruti, what we will hear now, thereafter interact intelligently and not intellectually, because intellectually when you start interacting, you get lost into kutarka, the negative, destructive logic. But when you are working with the devotion and faith to the cause, then it is the creative logic, not a destructive one. And thus keep yourself engaged in converting the wrong notion into right understanding, not by replacing another notion. This is the secret of Vedanta. Wrong notions are removed without creating new notions. See? Now, what did he say? This is very beautiful mantra, very popular. सहोवाच न वा अरे पत्युः कामाय पति प्रियो भवति आत्मनस्तु कामाय पति प्रियो भवति न वा अरे जायायै कामाय जाया प्रिया भवति आत्मनस्तु कामाय जाया प्रिया भवति न वा अरे पुत्राणां कामाय पुत्राः प्रिया भवन्ति आत्मनस्तु कामाय पुत्राः प्रिया भवन्ति न वा अरे वित्तस्य कामाय वित्तं प्रियं भवति आत्मनस्तु कामाय वित्तं प्रियं भवति न वा अरे ब्रह्मणः कामाय ब्रह्म प्रियं भवति आत्मनस्तु कामाय ब्रह्म प्रियं भवति न वा अरे क्षत्रस्य कामाय क्षत्रं प्रियं भवति आत्मनस्तु कामाय क्षत्रं प्रियं भवति न वा अरे लोकानां कामाय लोका प्रियां भवति प्रिया भवति आत्मनस्तु कामाय लोका प्रिया भवति नवा अरे देवानां कामाय देवा प्रिया भवन्ति आत्मनस्तु कामाय देवा प्रिया भवन्ति नवा अरे भूतानां कामाय भूतानि प्रियाणि भवन्ति आत्मनस्तु कामाय भूतानि प्रियाणि भवन्ति नवा अरे सर्वस्य कामाय सर्वं प्रियं भवति आत्मनस्तु कामाय सर्वं प्रियं भवति आत्मा वा अरे श्रोतव्यः मंतव्यः निदिध्यासितव्यः मैत्रेयी आत्मनो वा अरे दर्शनेन श्रवणेन मत्या विज्ञानेन इदं सर्वं विदितं स्यात्. See, such a beautiful mantra it is. It is very popular and important mantra. Now what is said, we get in a wrong we get into a wrong mode of understanding from what is closer to us. See, so what is close to us, the teacher starts. So hovacha nava are patyuhu kamaya pati priyo bhavati atmanastu kamaya pati priyo bhavati. The husband is not dear to the wife for the sake of the husband, but he is dear to the wife for her own sake. See, there was a family, old type of family, and the husband died. So naturally, the old wife, she was crying, and then next time you see where anything happening, you will see what is the dialogue that this person who is alive he talks or she talks. How can I live without him? I cannot live without him. Now what will I do? I do not know anything. How will I survive? He was helping me. Now who will help me? See, he was getting me medicine. Now who will get me medicine? So all the thoughts are not about the person who died. The thoughts are about what will happen to me. See, friends. So, in a lighter vein, one place when this old lady was telling that I cannot live without him, oh God, why did not take me, why did not take me, I cannot live without him. Finally, the body was taken, and then in a few days' time, the lady slowly settled down and then got involved in the worldly household work. Then slowly, 15 days gone, 1 month gone, 6 months gone, 1 year gone. And she was becoming stronger day by day. And the children were worried. Dadima or the children will say, the mama, you are telling without your husband, without papa, you cannot live even for a moment. Now 5 years have gone. What is your program? Have you changed your plan or what? See? Because what is the reason happening this thing? This is the reason. Then are patyuhu kamaya pati priyo bhavati atmanastu kamaya pati priyo bhavati. See, it is for the sake of me only the husband is dear to me. Thus the wife has the thought. Similarly, nama are jaya yai kamaya jaya priya bhavati atmanastu kamaya jaya priya bhavati. Wife is not dear to the husband for the sake of the wife, but the wife is dear to the husband for his own sake because she is providing everything to him. Therefore, she is dear to him. And if the wife is not providing whatever he wants, then immediately talak, 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 immediately divorce happens. Why? She is not conducive to me. See, friends. Then nava are putranam kamaya putra priya bhavanti atmanastu kamaya putra priya bhavanti. Similarly, the children are not dear to the father or the parents for the sake of the children, but they are dear for their own sake. If the child is doing very well, oh, I am very proud of my son, etc., etc. And if the child doesn't listen, then they become frustrated. Recently, I received one message from somewhere. Swamiji, our son was, he for studies and job, he went to some other country and he lived there. Now he want to get settled there. He has found out a local girl and he wants to get married. And when he came home, we told him that we will not like it. He said, who cares if you don't like, that is your problem. I'm going to get married, meet her and settle. If you agree, you agree. If you don't agree, it is your problem. I won't change. And then these parents, they became miserable, frustrated, depressed, dejected. Is this the reason that we have sent you out of India? See? One principle you remember, whomsoever we love become the cause of our misery. Because our love is only at the periphery. It is not the real love. See, friends, it is the relational love. It is not the absolute love. Absolute love is like the flower makes the fragrance available for everybody. Not only those who are the devotees of Bhagavan, to them only I will give fragrance. No. In the same manner, here it is said, Putranam kamaya putra priyam bhavati, not atmanastu kamaya putra priya bhavanti. Therefore, children are not dear to us because for the sake of the children. They are dear to us because of ourselves. My child, if he is very good. And if the child happens to be a rogue, then you are dead for me, I am dead for you. See? Somewhere I read, it happened in America, that the parents have disowned the son. See? We disown. We do not accept him, treat him legally as our son. Although he may be born to us, but we do not want, we have no relation with him. Whatever has to happen, let it happen to him. Because he is not a source of happiness. Therefore, this principle. See? Are va putranam kamaya putra priya bhavanti. Atmanastu kamaya putra priya bhavanti. Now see, first husband, then the wife, now the children. See, slowly, we are going little away from our proximity. Thereafter, Nava are vittasya kamaya vittam priyam bhavati atmanastu kamaya vitta priyam bhavati. Similarly, now we come to the wealth, the property, the bank account. The bank money is not dear to us for the sake of the money. About money, I'll tell you something which is very obvious, but it never occurs to us. Money, when it goes away from us, then only there is happiness. When money comes to us, it is a source of misery. Think about it. We go in big malls for shopping, and there we spend money and buy the things. So when we buy the things, we are happy? No, because the money has gone away from us, therefore we are happy. See, whenever the Lakshmi, the money goes away, happiness is bound to come. And when the Lakshmi comes to us, then the worries come along with us. Nobody should pick my pocket, I should save the money properly, blah 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 blah, we get lost. Therefore, Nava are vittasya kamaya vittam priyam bhavati atmanastu kamaya vittam priyam bhavati. Nava are brahmanaha kamaya brahma priyam bhavati atmanastu kamaya brahma priyam bhavati. Similarly, whatever we are seeking, Brahmana, Kshatriya, etc., they are not dear to us for their sake, but for our sake. We require the Pandit for doing the various activities or the puja, marriages, or the various religious activities. We don't love them all the time. See? Same with the doctors. Doctors, we are interested as long as we are unhealthy. The moment our health returns back, who cares for the doctors? Because the doctors are not dear to us for the sake of the doctor, but for our own sake. In the same manner, Kshatram also, the Kshatriya also. Then we come to Navare Lokanam Kamaya Loka Priya Bhavanti Atmanastu Kamaya Loka Priya Bhavanti. Similarly, various experiences or various people, various situations, they are not dear to us for that sake, but they are dear to us for our sake. So whatever we like, if we get it and we are happy, then we like it. If the same experience is repeated again, and if it doesn't give again us happiness, we don't like it. Therefore, the experiences are dear to us for our sake, not for the sake of the loka, the people, experiences around us. Navare devanam kamaya deva priya bhavanti, atmanastu kamaya deva priya bhavanti. We don't go to the God for telling that, oh God, I love you. No, He becomes the means. And worldly attainment becomes the, what you call, it becomes our cause. See? So, we go to the temple and we tell God in clear terms, other than you, we want the following things. Therefore, God is the means and worldly things for our help, it is the goal. Therefore, Nava Hare Devanam Kamaya Deva Priya Bhavanti Atmanastu Kamaya Deva Priya Bhavanti Nava Hare Bhutanam Kamaya Bhutani Priyani Bhavanti. Similarly, all the people, all the children, all the animals, all the five great elements, they are dear to us not for their sake. See, we even never think about the space. We don't care about the air. But we start caring when our life comes to in a dangerous position. Therefore, all the bhutas or the animals or plants, we all love them not for the sake of the plants or the animals, but we love them for our sake. See, friends, understand this is the most important principle of life. So, Navare sarvasya kamaya sarvam priyam bhavati, atmanastu kamaya sarvam priyam bhavati. Therefore, know for certain. Now, this whole 8, 9 examples are given just to make us understand the importance of this. That ultimately we have to come back to ourselves. See, atmanastu kamaya sarvam priyam bhavati. This is the analysis of our own experiences. See? I like, suppose, sweet. So, do you think I like the sweet for the sake of the sweet? No, for my sake. If the doctors tell me that if you eat sweet, you will die because of diabetes, your limbs will be chopped off if you don't stop eating diabetes and stop eating the sweets. Then what we'll do? We'll give up the sweets because Atmanastu Kamaya. Therefore, this principle should be very clear to us. Most of us are cheating, deceiving ourselves. The truth is this: Atmanastu Kamaya Sarvam Priyam Bhavati. And on the basis of this, if you further analyze your own experiences, we come to know whatever may be the experience of good or bad people around us, we ultimately want to go to sleep because we want to come back to our own self. So all the relations or the possessions, we drop them. But we cannot drop ourselves. See? Therefore, spiritual practice begins when we understand this principle. Na karmana na prajaya dhanena tyagena eki amritatva manashu. And therefore, the story of Yajnavalkya, he told Katyayani and Maitreyi that you take the wealth half and enjoy your life. I am going to take to sannyas. So, Maitreyi told, let my wealth also be given to my the Katyayani, and I want to know that because of which I will become immortal. See? So she is not interested in wealth. She is interested in ourselves, in herself. Therefore, if we are convinced of this, then Atma va are drashtavya, shrotavya, mantavya, nididhyasitavya. Maitreyi Atmano va are darshanena, shravanena matya, vijnanena idam sarvam viditam. See? Therefore, Atmanastu kamaya sarvam priyam bhavati. Atmanastu kamaya sarvam priyam bhavati. How many times it is repeated? Therefore, this Atma, for whose sake everything is dear to us, that Atma must be known, must be our experience, and therefore Atma va are drashtavyaha, Atma va are shrotavyaha. Darshanam, then Shravanam, then Mantavyaha. Then we have to reflect on it. And Nididhyasitavyaha, we have to be committed to this, to the exclusion of everything. Maitri, Atmanovare Darshanena, hey Maitri, by realizing the self, Atmanova Darshanena, Shravanena. So by the experience, by listening about it, Matya Vijnanena, and by experiencing by the Mati, the intellect, then Idam Sarvam Viditam, then you have known everything and you are immortal thereafter. Then you come to know death is an illusion. What is immortality? Immortality is removing the notion that we die. Immortality is removing the notion that after we die we go to hell and heaven. No. Neither we die as a body, nor we die as a jiva, nor we die as a Paramatma or Brahman. So if we have to attain immortality, one has to come to this ultimate conclusion that death is an illusion. We never suffer because of death. We suffer because of the fear of death. See? Because we have taken ourselves to be body and we see other bodies dying, therefore we feel I am also going to die. So what is the meaning of this beautiful mantra? Come to know that you are attaining immortality, meaning what? You never were born, never did you grow, never will you die. Therefore, na kuch pana, na kuch khona. Spiritual practice is not getting something. Spiritual practice is not a fear of losing something. See, friends, now to understand this, analyze your deep sleep experience. In deep sleep, we lose everything. We are neither rich nor poor, nor Brahman, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra, nor we are educated, uneducated, nor the seekers, nor the devotees. None of them. We have lost everything. Then only the sleep begins, including that I who was carrying the burden of these various upadhis, he also disappears. Tyage naiki amritatva manasho. See, friends. And what do we get? We get nothing. See? Nothing to gain, nothing to lose. And whatever we have lost, was it really a loss? No. Because why don't we get anything? Because we are divine. And what do you don't live? You never live anything because you, the body, the mind, etc., they were never yours. They belong to Prakriti. See? Bhumi rapo nalo vayu kham mano buddhi revacha ahankara iti yamme bhinna prakriti ashtada. Bhagavan says, this ashtada prakriti is mine. So this ashtada prakriti, the pancha mahabhautik life goes back. It was never ours. See? The more we can contemplate in this line, our whole life will change, my friends. See? तो आत्मा व अरे द्रष्टव्यः श्रोतव्यः मंतव्यः निदिध्यासितव्यः मैत्रेयी आत्मनो व अरे दर्शनेन श्रवणेन मत्या विज्ञानेन इदं सर्वं विदितम्. See how important and beautiful it is. See? Now here a question is raised. Nanu katham anyasmin vidite anya viditam bhavati. See, what was said in the last mantra? आत्मा व अरे द्रष्टव्या श्रोतव्या मंतव्या निधिध्यासितव्या मैत्री आत्मनो व अरे दर्शनेन श्रवणेन मत्या विज्ञानेन इदम सर्वम विदितम भवति. That means you know the Atma, and having known the Atma, you know everything. How it is possible? See, it is something like you know cooking, and by then you will know the mathematics. Array, it is a very contradiction. How this is possible? This is the question raised. See, friends, therefore, nanu katham anyasmin vidite anyad viditam bhavati. Knowing one, how can the other be known? See, naisha doshaha. This is not anything wrong in this way, in this statement. Why? Nahi atma vyatirekena anyat kinchit asti. Now, what is the problem with this student who is asking this question? He is thinking Atma and the world, they are separate. Atma and other than the Atma, they are two entities. Therefore, here the teacher says, Naisha doshaha nahi atma vyatirekena anyat kinchid asti. Other than the self, there is nothing. Self alone is. Therefore, the self alone is the world, Nama Rupa Atma. So, when we give importance to the Nama Rupa, name and form, Paramatma is called as the world. When we give importance to the Panchakosha Upadhis, then the same Paramatma is called as the Jiva. Then we give importance to the Maya Shakti of Paramatma, then we call the same Paramatma, the Brahman, as the Ishvara. So the Jiva, Jagat, Ishvara, these are the three conditioning imposed on the absolute reality. Therefore, they are referred in three ways. But essentially, all of them are the same reality. Because of the conditioning, they appear to have become many, like the son, husband, and the father. See? Therefore, nahi atma vyatirekena anyat kinchid asti. Nahi purusha vyatirekena anyat putra, pati, and pita asti. Other than the man, the three pharaohs have no existence. Therefore, man is the reality. In the same manner, having known the self, everything becomes known. If you know the man, then you have known the son also. If you know the man, you have known the husband also. If you know the man, you have known the father also. See? Therefore, nahi atma vyatirekena anyat kinchid asti. Yadyadasti nat tad vitritam syad. Therefore, whatever is, it is not other than the self. See? Sarvam kalvidam Brahma. This is the ultimate statement. See, friends. Deha vimane galite vijnate paramatmane yatra yatra mano yati tatra tatra samadhaya. When we rise above the identification with the faculties, with the gross body, the subtle body, etc., deha vimane galite vijnate paramatmane, and we have come to discover our divine nature, then yatra yatra mano yati, wherever the mind travels, that mind is always living in samadhi. That is why meditation is not done. We have to live in meditation. Like we do not do the waking. See, we are in the waking and then do the various activities. We are in the dream, then we go through good or bad experiences. We are in the deep sleep, then we snore. In the same manner, we have to live in meditation and then conduct the business of life. Therefore, yadasti tad viditam syad. Yadasti na tad viditam syad. Na to anyad asti. Therefore, other than the self, there is nothing, and therefore one can know the truth and thereby know everything. Atma to evam sarvam, because everything is nothing but the self. See? Like when I look at my feet, some heat is there. Therefore, when I am looking at the food, I am looking at me. When I look at my head, I am looking at me. When I look at the mirror in the reflection, I am looking at me. Atmanastu. Therefore, this Atma, the self, is the reality, and that alone is the truth. Therefore, if you know the self, you know everything. See, friends. If you have the eyes, you will know all colors and forms. See? If you are a goldsmith, you will know all the possible ornaments which are hidden in the gold. You and me will not be able to know, but goldsmith can. See? So he who has known the gold, he has known all the ornaments. He who has known the water, he has known the ocean as well as the waves. Because ocean and the waves are nothing but the water. Ornaments are nothing but the gold. In the same manner, idam sarvam, the whole objective world is nothing but the same reality which is divided into subject-object duality because of the upadhi. So Paramatma with the upadhi, where the inertness is prominent, that is the objective world, Jada Srishti. And where in addition to the existence, there is also sentiency, then it is the Chetana Srishti. The one Paramatma alone is the Jada objective world and the Chetan subjective world. This is how the other than the Paramatma nothing else is. Therefore, Tasmat Sarvamatmani Vidite Viditam Syad. Therefore, Atmani Vidite Sarvam Viditam Syad. When we come to know, discover our essential nature, everything becomes known to us. Katham punaha Atma eva sarvam iti etad shravayati. Now, how Atma alone is everything, this is now being explained. See, we'll read the mantra. Brahmatam paradyonyatraatmano brahmaveda kshatram tam paradyonyatraatmanaha kshatram veda lokastam paradyornyatratmanah lokan veda devastam paradyuryo nyatratmano devan veda bhutani tam paradyornyatra atmano bhutani veda sarvam tam paradyotatmanah sarvam veda idam brahma idam kshatram idam loka ime deva imani bhutani idam sarvam yad ayam atma. Now this is a very, very subtle mantra and requires a very exhaustive explanation. See? What is mentioned here, like Brahmana, Kshatriya, the world, the gods, etc., all of them disappear in the absolute. See? Now to understand, take our popular example. The son, the husband and the father, they disappear in the mind, in the man. See? So if the man is known, then all the three are known. Because all of them are nothing but the man. Because of the conditioning, they are referred differently, in the same manner. So, he who has transcended the Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra, he who has transcended all the gods, all the things and beings, because everything comes back to the self. Now, how this happens? how it comes back to the self. When I was reading it, I was so happy because this I am studying this Brihadaranyaka Upanishad for the first time. So when I was reading it, I was so happy for one reason. This is what we have been talking so many times, that all the colors and forms are nothing but the vision. Vision is the cause, colors and forms are the effects. Vision is the unmanifest and colors and forms are the manifest. Vision is the cause, colors and forms are the effects. And effects cannot remain without the cause. Therefore, all colors and forms are nothing but the vision. See, friends, in this manner, when we are focusing attention on the vision, colors and forms disappear. Meaning, their importance is no more an issue for us. Now, this way, when we will go systematically deeply, you will get the click of it by God's grace. Now, hereafter, from tomorrow onwards, God knows when we start. If it started, you will get the information in due time. Let us see, whenever He wants, it will happen. Now, we conclude this session. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Sri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om.